Wasteland Surgeon now. Well, that's that, I guess. But you got goggles on? Maybe I should get some of those if I can. I need the first recon beret on. Not the most coordinated outfit, but should keep the dust out of my eyes from now on. That doesn't look like a very active part of town over here. Let's have a look. Some kind of flag up there. Maybe it's the King's flag. What the hell? Huh.
We've got stuff we're not even allowed to sell, people. Only at Mick and Ralph's.
Yeah, I've been there, kid. Haven't got any money. Old Las Vegas Mormon State Historic Park. The old Mormon fort. Alright, gun down.
Wish the followers would get me some better armor.
Oh, what is this place?
Wish the followers would give me some better armor.
You look like a character.
Howdy.
Who are you?
I've been around a while. Currently working for the followers as a gun for hire. But it's getting rather dull. Aside from protecting them from the occasional thug looking to intercept supply shipments, there isn't much to do around here. The one researcher I liked, who I could chat up about liquor, got transferred. And the rest of the docs are pretty uptight about my kind of fun.
Huh. So what are you doing then?
I joined up looking for a decent paying job. Granted, it pays all right, but they won't let me kick back and slog a brew at the end of the day. They're worried the filthy drunkies in detox seeing me drink will cause an immediate relapse. I say their rehab effort here is just a revolving door.
Huh. But you've seen a lot over the years.
I've been around long enough to observe the patterns of human behavior. Physical and mental anguish are especially exciting to explore.
That's bit cryptic, Beatrix.
Hey, who doesn't enjoy a little pinch and squeal every once in a while?
Not me. Let's talk about something else.
What do you have in mind?
Got any advice to share?
Time you enjoy wasting isn't wasted time.
I guess so. I got some more questions.
And I may have answers.
Tell me about Freeside.
What starts in misery tends to stay there. Freeside wasn't Freeside until 6 or 7 years ago. That's when Mr. House's robots rolled out of the Lucky 38 and started pushing everyone who wouldn't join him off the strip. Lots of folks died. Some scattered to the winds. The rest wound up in Freeside and seemed never to lose the habit of living like refugees.
What about the Kings?
What about them? Pretty much the sort of gang you'd find anywhere else, just with better clothes. The King himself, though, he's got that something special you can't put a finger on. Too bad he likes girls with skin.
Huh. So what do you think of the NCR?
I reckon they care about getting water and electricity from the dam, and that's where it ends. The locals here are just an inconvenience to them, something to step over or stomp down. They're here for the resources, plain and simple.
What's your opinion of Mr. House?
Before or after the human race shot itself in the foot? I've been around long enough to have both opinions, see. Before the war, Mr. House was a famous captain of industry. Robotics, to be specific. Seemed charming in interviews, until he became a recluse. Since the war, though, didn't make a peep for near 200 years. But when he came back strong and killed a lot of people.
And what do you know about the followers of the apocalypse?
I don't know how they do it. They're like saints, those followers. If they didn't charge for their services, I'd think they was crazy. But nah, they're just naive. Warms their heart.
Huh. What about the band Graphs?
Couple of rad scorpions, those two. Gloria is the stable one, but she'd slit your throat if there's a profit in it. Or rather, she'd tell her brother to do it for her. John Baptiste is one of the sicker humans I've had the displeasure of observing.
Let's talk about something else.
What did you want to know?
Got any more advice to share?
Good? Bad? The guy with the gun makes the rules.
Makes sense. Well, see you around.
Later.
Okay. That's an odd one there.
Hey,
Who else can we talk to? Roy. Ferris and Wayne. Let's leave them to sleep. Huh. The hell was up with her?
Are you here to drop off medical supplies? Leave them with the rest in the middle of the courtyard.
You need medical supplies?
Rates of injury and illness in Freeside are very high. Supplies don't last long.
What do you need?
Med-X, Radaway, and Fixer are Freeside essentials. I can't pay you for any supplies you bring in, but I could discount the charge for our services.
It seems like you need a steady supply, not just whatever I can grab for you.
So far, the Crimson Caravan won't cut us a deal. If you can convince them or some other merchant to work with us, I'll discount supplies to you.
Well, which merchants might be willing to make a deal?
You might ask around at Mick and Ralph's, or go see the Garretts, though I suspect they're too busy poisoning Freeside to help it out.
You've got yourself a deal.
Just come see me when you've got some supplies to turn in.
Let's talk about something else.
What do you want to talk about?
Things seem pretty rough around here.
More than rough. It's a damn mess. Freeside townies are constantly picking fights with NCR civilians. Thugs and thieves are always looking for a victim, and the local families are just sitting back making caps on the mess. Freeside is in dire need, but no one has been man enough to step up. The followers can only do so much to stem the tide.
Is there anything I can do to help?
There is always something needing done. A few souls here in Freeside could be great assets to the community if they'd kick their addictions. We need a regular supply of medicine organized, but the Crimson Caravan wants too many caps for what we need. Lastly, tensions between the townies and NCR tourists have been going downhill fast lately. A lot of innocent people will get hurt if things blow up.
Well, seems like you need a lot of help that I'm not going to get paid for, unfortunately. So let's, well, tell me what this place is.
The Old Mormon Fort serves as the regional hub for the followers of the Apocalypse. I am the administrator for this region.
And what do you do here?
The followers of the Apocalypse aren't just interested in research. We care for our fellow man and do everything we can to help humanity. Here in Freeside, we provide food and medical services for those in need. We also have organized reconstruction efforts. With the help of Bill Ronte, we were able to install a water pump just west of here, but the Kings quickly took control of the pump.
And who are the followers of the Apocalypse?
We arose from the boneyards of Adetum years ago. Since then, we have made it our mission to rebuild the wasteland and re-educate its inhabitants. We hope to forge a brave new world free of war and poverty by sharing knowledge and resources. Our primary goal is the free exchange of ideas.
Yeah, let's talk about something else.
What do you want to talk about?
I'll get back to you on that and think about what you just said. See, I'm all for helping people out, but I'm kind of worried about my cash flow situation right now, with the rate of ammo expenditure versus the rate of cap income. So, yeah, I'm gotta find paid work around here. Hopefully nothing too compromising. A whole bunch of people here sleeping. Just check around before we head off. Gotta find this king. Talk about water access. That's all they needed, that's for sure. Who's this?
Hi. If you're looking for medical help, try the other doctors. I'm just a researcher. Not even a particularly good one.
What kind of research?
Oh, you know, finding alternative treatments for common illnesses and injuries. Stim packs out of barrel cacti and other fantastic improbabilities. As far as fruitless wastes of time go, it's quite noble in its sense.
What's the goal?
For the past 100 years or so, the followers have managed to get by using salvaged medical supplies from the old world. But the side effect of medical success is that more people live longer. Funny how that works. Eventually, we'll run out of hospitals to loot. We need new ways to produce those supplies, or maybe old ways if this research goes anywhere.
You don't sound too enthusiastic about it.
I'm enthusiastic about helping people, but nihil novi sub sole.
Isn't that the language that Caesar's legion speaks?
Caesar can cite Cato to suit his purpose. Many people have spoken Latin. Some of them were quite pleasant. It's unfortunate that the language is now associated with the gentleman across the river.
Do you know much about Caesar?
I don't know anything that the others couldn't tell you. Caesar was one of the followers. Before my time, of course. He wanted to rebuild the new world in the image of the old. A sad story of good intentions gone bad. In that regard, he's hardly unique. If you set aside his leadership capabilities, extensive knowledge, and ruthless cunning, he's just another jerk who steps on people to get his way.
Oh, where did you learn that?
Not from the Legion, if that's what you're getting at. Books, sheet music, gladiator movie holotapes, bits and pieces here and there. The followers have extensive libraries, but we all draw water from the same old well. Even Caesar.
So, Arcade, you enjoy gladiator movies? But Nihi what?
Oh, sorry. There's nothing new under the sun. If agave and mesquite were that miraculous, the locals would have figured it out a few thousand years ago.
True. Let's talk about something else.
Certainly.
Well, do you need any help? Can you pay me?
Me specifically? No. I'm sure Julie Farkas does, though. Lab coat, pointy hair. Answers to the name Julie Farkas, strangely enough. I'm sure she can find something for you to do. It might be kind of depressing and terrible, though. Caveat Samaritanus.
Huh. Well, I'll leave you to wallow then.
See you around.
Right, well,
And you thought your boss
I've got to find this king.
moving on.
Speak to him about water access.
Around Camp Forlorn Hope, where Legion raiding parties are still chipping away at the NCR's hold south of the dam. Mojave, Mo problems. Am I right? Ladies and gentlemen, this next song goes out from me
Found it. Nick and
to
Ralph.
you.
Maybe through here. Ah, that looks like a place. Now, gotta look classy. Kind of parched right now, but we'll do what we can. Take off the goggles.
Thank God the followers are here. I'd probably be dead now if it weren't for the doctors.
What the hell is going on with his hair? It's admittedly kind of cool, but... Huh.
That friend of yours, NCR? He looks like he's NCR.
Is that a problem? I'm going in. I'm gonna turn off the radio because music enough in here.
What do we have here? Another petitioner for the king?
Yes, I'd like to see the king if possible.
Anything's possible, I suppose. How much is it worth to you to meet the big man?
I don't have much on me.
Then the king has no interest in seeing you.
Huh.
Squatters aren't happy about the water rationing. Then when are they ever happy?
Well, let's try lowballing this slightly.
Look who's back. If you want to see the king, you better pay
I
up.
guess I could pop the 50 caps.
You know what? I think you and the king have some business to discuss. Head on through. The king's the bored-looking guy by the stage. Can't fucking miss him.
Okay.
Look, Rexy, someone new's come to see us. Poor boy. He hasn't been feeling well lately. I'm the king. What can I do for you?
Do you always charge people to come talk to you?
Charge? Pays must be at it again. What did he take you for?
50 caps.
That's Pace for you. He means well, but he doesn't like strangers. Here, to make amends. Now, what can I do for you?
I figured you might have some work for me.
Maybe so. Maybe so. You look like you might be able to handle yourself. Tell you what, you do me a favor, and I'll have some more work for you when it's done. Sound good?
What do you need me to do?
I'll start you off with something easy. Did you notice the bodyguards for hire near the gates when you entered Freeside?
No, I must have missed them.
It's good money if you can stay alive long enough. Freeside's not as safe as it used to be, so the money is well earned. Usually well earned, that is. Recently, my men tell me that one of those bodyguards, a fellow named Oris, is making a little too much money. He's making a killing in repeat business. Once someone hires him, they never want anyone else. I want you to find out why. Specifically, I want you to hire him. Play the part of an innocent tourist and follow his lead. If nothing happens, so be it. But I'm guessing things won't go so smoothly. Call it a hunch. So, what do you say?
Why so interested in this?
You may have noticed that some of those guards out there are kings too. I'm just looking out for my men. I'm not trying to get some kind of unfair advantage. I just want a level playing field for my boys. So, what do you say?
Sure.
Okay then. Once you part ways, return here. I'll look forward to hearing your report. Oh, and take this to cover the hiring cost.
Huh. Investment. I like this guy. Friendly, pretty fair. Guess that's why they call him the king. I'm gonna see if I can't sneak me a drink in here. I'm sure they won't mind. I'm on the king's business after all. Ah, it's beautiful. Yeah, that about hits the spot. And I could use something to eat too. Let's have some crispy squirrel bits. And seed and some fruit. As well as some iguana on a stick. That is good. And would use these, but I fear I'd reflexively drink from them. And anyway, I think that's plenty of action so far. We've reached New Vegas, and we're in a very nice toilet for apocalyptic standards. Next time, we will be undertaking the King's missions in order to secure some cash for poor old Sly. So, I hope you enjoyed watching, and I'll see you next time.